How does Campfire use customer feedback to develop new features?
So feedback's really important to us. In terms of adding enhancements and improvements to Countfire, we want to be building the right tools so that our users can get the most out of it. They're getting the most benefit from the software they can get. So we take on board that feedback. We have what we call feature requests, where we track users' feedback and that's passed on to our product team. So, along with any comments that they might have for how they'd like to use that feature or what they're looking to really get out of the software, we make sure all of that information is passed on to our product team so that when it does come time to review what improvements and enhancements we're going to be looking to make in the next sort of time period, we've got all of that information so that we can be building the software to be the best thing possible.
I think it's really important that we sort of are driven by our users because at the end of the day, it's their tool and they're the ones that have the most influence when it comes to which direction we should be going. And there is a bit of whoever shouts loudest kind of gets what they sort of need from it. And if loads of people are asking for the same thing, it would be foolish of us not to start to take a look at that side and how we can develop things. So, I mean, in the past, the estimate side, for example, is something that customers had been long asking for. And for the 10 years previously, it was strictly takeoff only. And then to finally start to develop and be able to have an open discussion with our users as well is really, really influential. It allows them to pass on actual positive feedback and really help us construct something that they're going to find incredibly useful.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's no point us building features that nobody needs or nobody wants to see in the software. So any feedback that customers have got is really gratefully received and taken on board. Whether that's, they can pop us a message on the orange button in the bottom right hand corner. We can make sure their votes and comments are added onto those feature requests. If they pop us emails at support@countfire.com, however we receive that feedback, we can make sure it's passed on to the right people so that we're building the features. But alongside that as well, when it comes to building those features, it's really handy sort of going through like beta testing and jumping on calls with our users as well so that we can have discussions around what they'd like to see, how they envision it working, so that the features that we build align with people's existing workflows and work their processes going through the app.
Yeah, definitely. Especially as we know the software inside out, and that can sometimes be to our detriment that we know it too well, that we just assume that everything's going to work really brilliantly for our users. So putting it in their hands through beta testing and soft launches of new features just lets us see that where the gaps are and where people might not understand exactly what we're trying to sort of give them. So it's really, really useful to get their feedback directly from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Yeah, and that beta testing also allows us to check we're moving in the right direction as well. So when users are getting stuck in there and we're getting feedback of, this game changing, it's light years ahead, we really love receiving that feedback because it lets us know that all of those enhancements and improvements are building towards a better product for the users at the end of the day.